Hunter Henderson, 2011 Coastal Christian High School alum. He's one of the staff members on the UNCW men's basketball team. And Hunter, it's good to have you here and talk about some of the goals that you had right after high school and the kind of advice that you received and who you got it from, to get you in a position where you are now.
I would say when I graduated high school, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I knew that sports was something that I kind of loved and was my passion. Basketball being, the key one. And when I graduated, I went to Cape Fear Community College, and I asked Craig Wheeler, who's the head coach at Coastal Christian, if I could work with him, the next season. He said, "Sure, I'd love to have you." And after that, it didn't take long. After that first summer, we actually did team camp here. Coached the JV team, and I knew from then on that was my passion. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to coach.
When you went to, after Cape Fear Community College, a little coaching at Coastal Christian, you transferred up into Raleigh at NC State, where you became part of the men's basketball staff under Coach Gottfried. How did that whole situation come about, and what did you have to do as an individual to get noticed by the staff and hired as part of that program?
So when I was at Cape Fear and coaching at Coastal, I knew my next step to get to the college rankings would probably be a manager. Be in the position, there's many different ways you can go, but I thought that was the best thing for me. And NC State had sport management, and I knew that would be a good program for me to get involved with. So probably about a year out, before I even got into school, I started contacting, emailing the coaching staff up there. Coach Dunlap, who was the director of basketball operations, I got in touch with him probably in November of the year before I went up there, after calling for months and just being persistent with it. But I finally got in contact with him. He said, "Well, you got to get accepted into school." And then I ended up getting accepted into school, and then I went up there and interviewed. And then he kind of told me, your process to becoming a manager is, you've got to try out the whole summer work camps. You've got to help with workouts and things of that nature. And then after I did that the whole summer, I got the job the first week of school.
What kind of experiences did you take away from your time at NC State?
I think, I took just so many. It's kind of hard to narrow it down, but I was just tried to make myself so involved, and I give a lot of credit to Coach Godfrey and the staff for letting me be involved, because if they didn't allow me to be as involved as I was, I wouldn't be able to be in the position I am today. They let me to take on video responsibilities, helping with scouting and things of that nature, and teaching me so much.
Coming back home, how did this job at UNCW come about?
Well, I had originally, when Coach Keats got here, I made a relationship with him. I actually met him, helped make him throw out the first pitch at a Sharks game. I was an intern there. And then I just, built a relationship with him, and probably about a year ago, I, told him at the beginning of the year, "Coach, I know you guys have a graduate assistant, but if that position becomes available next year, I'd love to be a part of your staff." And then I got here in May as a graduate assistant, and then the staff kind of evolved. People moved. And then the opportunity came available, and Coach hired.
How excited are you to be a part of this program with Coach Keats?
Oh, I couldn't be more happy, excited, just to be in the position that I am, be a part of a winning program, and be a part of a coach that's just such a good person and somebody that you want to learn from. He's so enthusiastic every day, and that's kind of what I want to be in a coach. And so I'm happy to be a part of this staff and learn from him.
What's your official position with the basketball staff, and what are some of your responsibilities?
The men's video, with the video coordinator. A lot of my responsibilities are scouting and clipping up games, also making recruiting videos, also making graphics that we send out to recruits and things of that nature.
I guess if you can give some advice maybe to some high school students, to some young college students that are looking to get into the field that you're in, what kind of advice would you give to them?
The biggest advice I would say is if you have a passion for something, go after it and be persistent with it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Just work your hardest. Hard work, I think, goes a long way.
Finally, I guess as we wrap up the conversation, you're at a position now where some of the fruits of your labor have paid off. You're back at home. You're, working with Coach Keats and a winning basketball program, coming off 2 straight conference championships and NCAA tournament appearance. What lies ahead for you, and what are some of the goals that you're setting forth for yourself now to continue on this track of success that you've had?
Well, ultimately, I want to become a director of basketball operations, and then an assistant coach, and ultimately my ultimate goal is a head coach. And this is something that I've kind of always, ever since we was an assistant coach at Coastal Christian, that's